taking on the a leadership role, especially the CEO role, from an internal promotion, is an awesome achievement, and it's usually a great thing for the culture because it helps keep that continuity, the institutional knowledge, the background is all there, and often, hopefully, there's been some intentional grooming, succession planning for you, maybe for other candidates, but the fact that you got that is fantastic and feels really good. And I think it feels really good until you start doing the job. And then it feels like there's a lot going on all of a sudden because you've got people that were your peers that are now people that you are going to be looking after to manage, develop, hold accountable, direct. Collaborate with. That's a different dynamic. You've got shoes to fill or a seat to fill from your predecessor who, whatever job that person did, you'll be compared against no matter what. So if they were fantastic, you've got a high bar, a high standard. If they didn't do so well, you might have baggage or carryover effect from that. So there's always things that you can control. There's things that you can sort of own, and there's things that are going to be happening that aren't really up to you. And so navigating all of that can be tricky and overwhelming. I would say a couple of things to think about for that new leader that was recently promoted into the CEO role or any leadership role really from a team is to start with the fundamentals, which is it's a new team now. And you want to honor the past and you want to honor the legacy from the leader before you and be thankful and grateful for that service, for that time, for that work, and also to begin the shift, a transition time to what the new state will look like, to what the new direction will look like, or what the new era, I guess, will look like. And so it starts with that team, spending time with them one-to-one, one-on-one, having group time together. And I would say giving it just some time. So there's lots of language written for U.S. presidents about the first 100 days. There's a great book from HBR called The First 90 Days. I always recommend for any role, really, you have a 90-day plan and maybe a couple of 90-day plans. So thinking about that first 90-day plan, that first 30 days, I think is to assess with a new lens as the CEO, to have people assess you in that role. So keep in mind that you're on stage, not being inauthentic, not saying to be fake, just be yourself, but you are that CEO role now. You are that leader of the team role now. And so everything you do and say will be either overtly or subtly viewed as a signal. So what you do, what you say, how you say and do those things will be meaningful to the team that's following you and the rest of the organization. So I think about that first 30 days as assessing the team, really fresh eyes, look at the whole organization, the business plan, the strategy, the culture. I see a lot of folks doing some new assessments at this time, could be doing if the timing works out to be a culture review, customer review, those types of things. I also think customer visits, external time is really important as well to understand and re-tap into the market that you play in. So getting together with your key customers, your strategic partners, and really understanding the whole dynamic from the end customer through your vendors and suppliers, and getting out there. And so you'll begin this work now of having some of your time, let's call it 25 to 30% of your time, externally focused on the market, the customers, another 25 to 30% of your time on your team, your leadership team that you are now leading and guiding and developing. And then the balance of your time working on other big stakeholders. Could be your banking, finance relationships, your investors, your board, could be your the greater organization, the next level of management, if there is one, or the rest of the team. And so 4 broad buckets to think about in the first 90 days is assessing your team, the state of the customers, the state of the union, so to speak, the state of the business. You can do that yourself with the team, with outside support, and then starting to make some adjustments to that plan based on what the assessment, and starting to make it your own in the first 90 days. And the four big buckets of stakeholders really to me are first and foremost your leadership team, the health of that team, the caliber of talent, the newness of that team. So you're now forming and probably storming a little bit as a new team before you get to performing. So that internal team is number one. Number two is the external market, your customers, your key vendors, your key partnerships, strategic partnerships. That's an important part of your time. I think your board, investors, finance, all of that piece is really to get deep and build those relationships or shore those up if you already have those. And then the fourth is the broader team or other stakeholders.